afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is February 9th, 2012. This is Texan TV News, a product of the Texan News Service. My name is Jesse Taylor.
And I'm Justin Delight.
In today's headlines, the Greek debt crisis eases, but drama is not over. A $25 billion settlement. MySpace pages are used as evidence. Erath County gets 8 new historical landmarks. Alpha Gamma Delta has 21st annual auction. And the latest sports and weather. In international news, according to the Associated Press, more than 2 years after it came clean about its addiction to debt, Greece may finally have begun its long and painful road to recovery. Greece's political leaders struck a historic deal Thursday to make deep cuts in government jobs and spending to help save the country from a default that could shock the world's financial system. In addition to the fiscal austerity mandated by the European Union, the European Central Bank, and the International Monetary Fund, Greece is close to an agreement with private investors who hold nearly 2/3 of its debt, sharply reduce country's borrowing costs. Greece needs the bailout by March 20th, so it will have enough money to redeem Euros $14.5 billion worth of bonds coming due. If it doesn't make that payment, it will be in default. Financial analysts fear that could set off a chain reaction similar to the financial meltdown triggered by the collapse of investment bank Lehman Brothers in the fall of 2008. The bailout will ease the turmoil that has rocked Europe and the world's financial system for more than 2 years, but it will not bring down the curtain on Greece's debt drama. In national news, according to the Associated Press, a $25 billion deal has been made with the nation's biggest mortgage lenders because of foreclosure abuses with homeowners in the U.S. This is the biggest settlement that involves a single industry since 1998, which involved a multi-state tobacco deal. 5 major banks, the Bank of America, J.P. Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, Citigroup, and Ally Financial, are decreasing loans for almost 1 million households. These banks will also be sending checks of $2,000 to about 750,000 people in America due to improper foreclosures. U.S. Housing and Urban Development Secretary Sean Donovan stated, "There were many small wrongs that were done here," and later said, "This doesn't resolve anything." The 49 states that are part of this deal, excluding Oklahoma, who will receive no money, have all said that they will be pressing any charges to the foreclosure abuses. This deal will make it easier for future homeowners at risk foreclosure to make their payments and keep their homes. However, those who have already lost their homes are very unlikely to get their homes back or benefit much financially from this settlement. In Texas news, according to the Dallas Morning News, the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals ruled Wednesday an accused killer's MySpace pages were properly used as evidence by prosecutors to help convince a jury to convict the Dallas area street gang member of murder. Ronnie Tienda Jr. appealed his conviction and 35-year prison term for the slaying of 23-year-old David Valadez in a 2007 shootout on a Dallas freeway. In the appeal, Tienda's attorney argued that the judge at his 2008 trial in Dallas County was wrong to allow MySpace entries into evidence because it was questionable whether Tienda was responsible for entries that referred to the killing on his pages on the social networking site. Valadez, from Grand Prairie, died at a Dallas hospital of wounds suffered from gunfire. Court records indicate Tienda was present during the gunfire, but testimony at his trial was inconsistent as to who fired first. Bullets from Valadez's body never could be matched to a weapon, and no firearms were ever recovered. One of the MySpace entries was, "I kill to stay rich." Tienda, 26, already had a conviction on 3 counts of robbery when he was arrested for Valadez's murder. He will not be eligible for parole until 2026.
In regional news, according to the Stephenville Empire Tribune, Erath County will be raising 8 new historical markers for a total of 83 in the county. The new markers will be the Dublin Rodeo, Houston Ranch, Stephenville Masonic Lodge No. 267, Cottonwood Cemetery, Cottonwood Baptist Church, Corinth Cemetery, Liberty Cemetery, and the Whitehead Cemetery. Erath County historically commission's chair Kathy Hartman said she was pleased to learn about the designations. Hartman had cautioned sponsors who submitted applications that it might take longer to receive approvals this year due to staff reductions, but in the end, there was no delay. Hartman says the county will have a dedication ceremony after the text for the markers is approved and the markers come back from the foundry. In campus news, the Alpha Gamma Delta sorority held its 21st annual picnic basket auction. Auction leader Taylor Goodnight said sorority members make their own baskets with various themes. The baskets are then auctioned off. Proceeds from the auction go to the Alpha Gamma Delta Foundation, a group that supports diabetes research and other local charities. Last year, the auction raised over $7,000. Some of the most expensive baskets purchased were a 4-day pass to the Larry Joe Taylor Music Festival with chairs, a tent, and an air mattress fetched $400. A Texas Rangers theme basket with tickets, merchandise, and more was sold for $430. The most expensive basket was an overnight stay at a Fort Worth hotel with free valet parking and a gift certificate to the restaurants downtown. In sports, according to the Tarleton Sports website, despite a valiant second-half effort, the Tarleton Texans could not overcome a rough first half and dropped their first Lone Star Conference game of the season with a 48-55 loss on the road. It's Texas Women's University. The Texans opened by going 0 for 13 shots from the floor, ending their 15 straight conference win streak. Tara Towns was the first to sink a basket and a 3-point shot right in front of the Texas women's bench. Even though they were lacking offensively, their defense wasn't allowing Texas women's to do much better. Over the first 9 minutes of the game, the Pioneers were just 3 and 8 from the floor. After the first 20 minutes of action, Tarleton was 3 and 23 from the floor and 1 and 11 from the 3-point line with 8 turnovers, while Texas women's was 7 and 23 from the floor, 2 and 4 from the 3-point line. They also had 8 giveaways. Kara Wright, who played just 3 minutes in the opening half due to foul trouble, hurt the Texans as well. At the 16-minute mark, however, Peyton Adamson hit her first 3-point shot of the night to start a 7-2 Texas run to bring the deficit back to 11 at 36-25. The Texans outscored TWU in the second half and shot the ball 44% from the floor, but still struggled from deep, going just 2 and 11. Tarleton finished the night just 31% from the floor on 17 and 55, shooting 3 and 22 from the 3-point line. Tarleton's bench struggled, where the Pioneers reserve accounted for 55 of their total points. The Texan bench players only had 18. Tarleton has a 4-day layoff before hitting the road again for a 6 p.m. battle in Wichita Falls Monday against Midwestern State. In today's weather, it's currently 43 degrees outside with a high of 55. Today will be mostly cloudy with only a slight chance of rain to the late evening. Overnight high of 44 with 70% chance of rain. My name is Justin Deladen.
And I'm Jessica Taylor.
Tune in Monday for the latest news from Tarleton State University campus.